Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect by Shemar Chachadash. My name is Yakaba from Plaintables Camp. This is Ukraine pushing toward Russia to use nuclear weapons. Belarus, they're not going to use nuclear weapons. That's my belief anyway. They're not going to use nuclear weapons. So apparently Ukraine has taken a few villages in Russia. I believe it's just propaganda, and you know, it's they're really letting them do that. All right, because the area they're in is in Russia proper, so to speak. Russia proper, actual Russia. And they took some villages, and it says here, Ukrainian incursion into internationally recognized Russian territory looks like an attempt to compel Moscow to use nuclear weapons. That's just propaganda. They're not going to use nuclear weapons because they got a couple small towns or big towns. And in the video I'm going to show, they say they're going to a nuclear plant, like a power plant in Russia. That's where they're pushing toward. To me, it's just political theater. This video here. It says Kursk offensive. Ukraine's military closes in on a Russian nuclear plant. All right, it's all alleged. So, Russia could be doing this to, escalate the war. And because they're actually in Russia. This is not like a town that was taken from Ukraine or whatever, which is originally Russia anyway, but this is actual Russia. They crossed the border. They took towns. So I'm more than likely the towns were evacuated. Russian military was in there and evacuated them. Let's watch the video. Now, they say that they took more ground than Russia took in 2024. I mean, I don't know what that means. They took more ground. I mean, the Russians are just bombing military targets. So they're not trying to totally destroy the people. So it's a lot of, political theater going on here and propaganda. They are the same people, but they can be slaughtered like anybody else. So on both sides, the Russian and Ukrainian side. So this may escalate the war in the Ukraine because they're now in Russia, according to the reports from RT and Global News. So let's play this video.
Another Russian village taken as Ukraine's improbable march continues on. The count now up to 80 settlements, according to Kyiv, as their stunning incursion into Russia looks to get more sophisticated. The Kremlin alleging U.S.-made HIMARS rockets were used by Ukraine to destroy this Russian bridge, leading Ukrainian president to ask the West to rescind restrictions some Western allies have implemented on weapons being used inside Russia. It's crucial that our partners remove barriers that prevent us from weakening Russian positions, Volodymyr Zelensky said. Canada has no such limits, and Canadian-made...
That's a good point there, that I think Russia said if any weapons are supplied to, or they may have said, into Ukraine that they attack the Russian Federation directly with, that's going to be consequences, maybe something to do with the trade or finances, if they actually, use weapons inside of Russia that different European and American countries use inside of Russia, supplied to the Ukraine. There's going to be some kind of penalty or consequence. So, yeah, it's getting hot.
Russian positions, Volodymyr Zelensky said. Canada has no such limits, and Canadian-made vehicles are already being used inside Russia. How far Ukraine will go is still unknown. They've already captured more Russian territory than the Russians have gained in Ukraine this whole year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that means. If they're destroying military targets, So, I mean, what do you mean gain this year? I don't know what that means. All right. So it seems like they're destroying, I guess this is a village in Russia. They're destroying the towns, trying to get, I guess, to the nuclear power plant. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what that means.
According to the Institute of the Study of War. And this soldier giving away where the Ukrainians are likely headed next. The Kursk nuclear plant. It's the fourth largest electricity supplier in Russia, and within striking distance of the Ukrainians. Russia already holding a Ukrainian nuclear plant that the International Atomic Energy Agency says was nearly hit by a drone strike.
Even if neither side is sort of trying on purpose to instrumentalize that in a conflict, it can introduce a whole lot of additional risks that we're not sort of used to mitigating or haven't got a good template for mitigating.
Additional drone and missile attacks from Russia have increased across Ukraine, as Russian President Vladimir Putin warns they will retaliate with a worthy response. How long Ukraine can hold out and how much further they can push into Russia remains to be seen, Jeff, but any territory they are able to hold could be a valuable bargaining chip as a part of potential peace talks.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Able to hold? I mean, you're actually in Russia proper. I mean, that's, again, maybe some propaganda going on here. I'm sure it is. So it's not like they're winning now because they took a few towns inside of Russia and they have to be calculated on their response. So let's had this precept here. Since Lukashenko mentioned nuclear weapons, Joel's second chapter talks about the nuclear fire that's going to totally burn Babylon, America, and the land of Israel up. Babylon, America, and the land of Israel is going to be completely erased off the face of the earth, but the land of Israel will be rebuilt. It says 2 and 3. Joel chapter 2 verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame of fire burneth. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame of fire burneth, and the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and nothing shall escape them. All right, that's definitely talking about America. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so they shall run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, they shall leap like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle. All right, so the fire is the army. This nuclear fire. The description of the fire and the flame is the horse army, all right, which are nuclear missiles. All right. And it describes them as horses and a strong people. All right. Before their face the people shall be pained. All faces shall gather blackness. H 6289. Yeah, Pa'arwar. Glow, heat. So we know this is not horsemen and people on chariots. All right. Properly illuminated, for example, to glow as a flush of anxiety, blackness. All right. It's not talking about like a Edomite glowing red. All right. It's talking about their ass is going to be on fire. All right. All right. Because when brown and dark skinned people get anxious and anxiety, we don't turn red. All right. Those are the tribes of Israel. All right. Brown and so-called black people. All right. From the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. When we get anxious and we don't turn red, that's Edomites turn red. All right. Now, it's not talking about someone getting hyper anxiety and turning red. All right. Because you're going to have a bunch of brown people burnt the hell up also. All right. It's referring to their whole body and the land glowing with fire. All sorts of colors, reds, ambers, the colors of fire in a nuclear sense. and the different fuels and people on fire, glowing heat. All right. From the flame. All right. Before their face, the people shall be pained. All faces shall gather blackness. All right. They're going to glow. They're going to fucking glow with fire. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and shall march everyone on his side, and they shall not break their ranks. All right. They shall not break their ranks. So when a nuclear war actually happens, it's going to be complete and total. All right. And the two areas in the world that's going to be completely incinerated is going to be Babylon, America, and the land of Israel. Again, you got Pa'arawar, which means to glow, heat. That's they're gonna be on fire. If you hear it in Babylon, America, if you in the land of Israel, heat, your ass is gonna be on fire. All right, and you go to Nehemiah, and it should this is talking about the destruction of Nineveh. All right. The gates and the rivers shall be opened, and the palaces shall be dissolved. Yeah, this didn't happen in ancient Nineveh. She is empty and void and waste. The heart melteth, and the knees smite together, and much pain is in all loins, and the faces of them shall gather glowing heat. All right. They're going to burn the hell up. All right. They're going to be on fire. All right. Glowing heat. All right. So in the figurative sense, yeah, you can say that they're highly distressed, excited, with fear. All right. But as the definition clearly states, yeah, linked with 4 verses, the fire and the flame. Yeah, they ass going to be on fire. They're going to illuminate literally and figuratively.